Hey guys, how's it going? This is Kirby. This is Alex. Welcome to the Passive Money Podcast. This is a podcast really just taking you through a journey of how to avoid the rat race and things that's going on. Just giving information about things that we did along our journey and things that helped us and things that hurt us along our journey of trying to reach financial independence, financial freedom. We'll go through a plethora of things over the course of this podcast, dealing with things with money, finances, education, and things like that. One thing to point out is that this podcast is strictly for educational purposes. It's not a, financial guru, financial site where you can sit there and we're going to give you the shortcuts to life. This is just how to help people that's trying to get out of the rat race, that's trying to level up, just, out of that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle and have, discretionary funds to do things that they want to do and not work to just live life. Okay. Now, a disclaimer. Again, this is not financial advice. This is more financial education. If you need financial advice, again, reach out to the CPA. Anything that you hear on this channel, of course, don't just take it blindly. Take it with, hey, all right, this is good information. Let me, reach out to a CPA to see if this is legal or if this is sound advice, or a CPA if we talk about things about investing and things like that, to make sure, all their I's are dotted, T's are crossed, make sure everybody is doing everything the right way. This is not a podcast that talks about the shortcuts to life of, a get rich money scheme or anything like that. Again, this is just a podcast that we're giving information about things that we've done throughout our journey, getting out of the rat race and things like that, to better help us, live our lives here down in Florida.
We're going to be speaking on just our life journey, on how we got into finances, and hopefully we can relate to you guys, or you guys can relate to us, and just touching around, how to get out of the quote-unquote rat race. Okay, getting right to it, Kirby, what was your upbringing like, as far as, where did you grow up in? Did you grow up in a middle-class family, a wealthy family, anything starting on that point?
Well, I didn't grow up in a poor family. I don't have the rags to riches story per se. Well, what I have is really a story about my mom. She worked a very middle-class job. She had a very good income, especially considering where we came from in Detroit, Michigan. But the problem was my mom had a very good paying job, for the area that we was. But besides her taking care of me and my two brothers, she also had the extra onus on her, because she has a big heart, to assist family members and things like that in their shortcomings when it comes to financially. So yes, even though she made a good income, a lot of that income went to assisting family members and things like that, so to keep their head above water and things like that also. But besides that, of course, with that extra onus on her, giving her, us as kids, we struggled. We didn't have the name brand clothes and things like that. We got teased at school and stuff like that because we didn't have the Jordans and all the, back in my day it was cross colors. No, you're too young to know about that one, but we had cross colors and things like that. But we couldn't afford none of that, so we was still shopping at Payless and shopping at Kmart and things like that. So we get laughed at, teased at school, but that's really where I came from. It's not a story of saying, hey, we was super poor, we was knocking on doors, or or standing in braille lines or anything like that. No, that wasn't true. It'd be a disservice to my mom to even say that's what it was like. My mom bust her butt to do what needed to be done to make sure our needs was met, as in having shoes, as in having clothes. But we wasn't part of the higher echelons, or the people that was living, as we call it in Detroit, ghetto fabulous. We all lived in the same area, but they had the name brand stuff and we didn't. And that's where I came from.
All right. Yeah, I mean, my mom as well, relating to yours, she has a huge heart when it comes to giving to others. I mean, she's the type, if she has $1 left, but someone else needs it, she'll give it to them. Especially in when you're that type of person, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's very difficult when you have that want to give, but you're in a financial predicament where you just financially can't, or it's going to put your life in an even harder situation. There are ways to create other incomes to where you can give to other people if you do.
Right. Yeah.
Want to.
And I go to a lyric that Jay-Z, he said, and it resonated well with me, especially coming from the household that I came from. It resonated well with me when he said, I can't help the poor from one of them. So I decided to win, then give back. That's the win-win. And I use that along my financial journey also. It was, hey, if I'm struggling and then I'm helping you and you're struggling, then none of us are going to win if we helping each other back and forth while we're struggling. It was on me, and I took it as a pride point of myself to say, I will go and push myself harder to win, and then I'll be able to give back without it causing my family or my family dynamic to struggle to get there, because I didn't want to replicate the same things of the past.